Welcome everyone to another episode of The Guido Goes Off, and as you can see, my suit jacket could not contain my excitement. It has been talked about, it has been speculated, Paige could possibly be making her WWE return. The first time she has been in a WWE ring or even on WWE television since June of 2016. We could possibly see her come back tonight on Monday Night Raw. It has been speculated since Friday. It was said that she was that she was going to make a return. It was actually going to be on Raw, and that the plans were for her to join as part of Raw's Women's Survivor Series team. Now on Monday they had made a match, or it was later on in the week. It was scheduled that, as we know, there is one final spot on the Raw Women's team. It was talked about. As we know, you got Alicia Fox as captain. You got Nia Jax, Asuka, and Sasha Banks. There's supposed to be this tonight a triple threat match for that final spot. Now, it has been speculated that either A, Paige is going to be added to that, making it a fatal four-way and her getting in that way, or B, someone from the team, something happening to somebody, to a member of said team, and then she would be simply inserted. Now, either way, of course, this is big news. But there's something else I need to talk about, and that is, according to reports and some things going on, whether or not it is highly speculated that her relationship with Alberto El Patron is over. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been, as we know, since her return to the Performance Center, Paige has been incredibly more active on social media. Of course, she's been hanging out with a couple of her friends from when she was originally living in Orlando. She's been hanging out a lot with, and it said she now lives with former developmental talent Zara Schreiber. She has been hanging out with Rosa Mendez, her boyfriend her husband Bobby, which actually Paige was responsible for the two of them getting together, and Paige orchestrated for him to propose on the top of the Eiffel Tower. I don't know if you saw the episode of Total Divas. That's pretty sweet. And she also had shown up at the Self-Help Festival, which is run by the band A Day to Remember, and as everybody knows, Paige's ex-boyfriend, Kevin Scoff, is the guitarist for that said band. And then, of course, she launched a new YouTube channel, the Glampire Diaries, with Rosa. Of course, Rosa's going by her legal name. I forget it at this time. I'm sorry. I'm slipping. And Zara and herself. She had shot some stuff and it's shown. They're showing stuff for what the site Shop Glampire. I don't know if it's up yet and where you can get the stuff, but stuff does look pretty sweet. And as I had mentioned, El Gaspag had said on to TMZ News that she had been keeping that she was supposed to keep a low profile. He didn't want her getting in trouble because she's supposed to be keeping a low profile, and yet she was doing all this. I hinted that if the relationship wasn't over, it was in severe jeopardy. Well, chances are it could have been over by then. According to reports, said by the owner of Squared Circle. I don't know if they're talking to the pizzeria in Chicago where a lot of wrestlers hang out and the guy is friends with a lot of wrestlers, or the Dirt Sheet, the Wrestling Report news site. It was said that the relationship had ended late September, anywhere from late September to early October, which coincided with her return to the Performance Center. Um, and as I had stated before, um, El Patron had done a lot to harm her relationship with WWE, and so I was thinking that if she's back, this ain't good for their relationship. Well, of course, ladies and gentlemen, in true 21st century fashion, and a big sign came up that this relationship is over, and that is they have mutually unfollowed each other on all social media, including El Patron going so far as to block her on Twitter. So it's probably all over, and now a lot of people can move on from this. And of course, we've noticed that a lot of Del Rio fans have been attacking Paige, bringing up, oh, she's an abuser and that, and it's throwing a drink in an asshole's face doesn't make you an abuser. It makes you a woman who's sick and tired of hearing his shit. But getting back to this return, this her coming back. There was a time we were worried that this would never happen. In fact, there was a time we were worried she wouldn't even be alive right now. And believe me, it looked pretty bad. I mean, we saw her losing some weight. She just didn't look like herself. She didn't look happy. Of course, and she was very limited in her social media. Like, the only time she could use it was to promote stuff he was doing. He was dragging her all over the place to draw attention to himself. And it was clear that there were signs of abuse. And, and all abuse you can see. I mean, I see pictures where there have been bruises on her. Her eye was messed up. Things of that nature. And, there's probably the stuff you can't see. The psychological trauma. And, of course, with her trying to recover from a neck surgery and her having to, deal with the wellness violations, but everything that brought up. And then, just the leak. It's been a while. I mean, I know there was one recently, but, whatever. And then people just being assholes. Because they want to get a laugh at somebody else's pain and somebody else's misery. Waving these in her face and waving them in the face of her family. Like these people had never made a mistake in their lives. That they'd never done something that they regret doing. We were worried that there'd be no Paige. That there wouldn't even be a Saraya Jade Bevis. And now here we are. Like 2 hours away. For what could easily be one of the biggest comebacks in professional wrestling history. It just shows a strength. And whether you like her or not, you have to respect the fact that she is this close to coming back to wrestling. And we should all be very appreciative, because she does it for us. She's doing this for our entertainment. And I know there's people that just want to wallow in others' misery and want to see her fail. And I pity those people, because they've never tried. It's the old saying, you get knocked down 7 times, you get up 8. And we're seeing Paige get back up. This woman has been through hell. And it's been in the public eye. But there's maybe even worse that we never saw. And so to see somebody come back from that, I mean, I don't think we give a lot of these people a lot of credit. I mean, Dana Brooke continued to work, came back to work very shortly after losing her boyfriend, man she loved. It came back to wrestling, and even though she's never really featured a lot on Raw, that still says something. It takes the strength to do that, and I might not be Dana Brooke's biggest fan, but I applaud Dana Brooke for that. And I know a lot of these women have had struggles. I mean, the last episode of Total Divas, Alexa Bliss talked about her struggles with anorexia in fitting this image that being thin was beautiful. And now you look at her now, where she's healthy, and even I'm not blind. Yeah, she does have a great ass, and that should be applauded because it shows that you don't have to be the vision everyone else sees as beautiful. You just have to be you. And of course, even though I give Nia Jax a lot of crap for quitting, embracing being a big woman in a world where beauty is measured on a bathroom scale, measured by a number on a bathroom scale, and to have that confidence in yourself, that should be applauded. That should be celebrated. And now we're talking about a woman who's coming back from an abusive relationship, a neck injury, which, as we know, many have not come back from, and even many still are never the same. And having the worst experience of her life drug out for all to see. To come back from that should be applauded because it could have destroyed her, and it almost did. We went from if to when. And here we are at soon. Maybe even now. Paige should be celebrated for this. And while it may not have been that long since she's been in a wrestling ring, she has had a lot to overcome, and should be applauded. And I think if she does, there's a lot of people still thinking she won't. And if so, I know I don't speak for every fan out there, but I can be patient because we've waited a long time for this. We can wait a little longer. Not much though. I mean, seriously, I think if she doesn't show up on Raw, there's going to be riots. I might riot. I'll tear the city down if I have to. I'm just kidding. But think about what she has been through. And it's amazing she is even here at all. But let's face facts, she is moving on. She's rising up. And she's letting nothing stand in her way of coming back to wrestle for our entertainment. Not a neck injury, Not some little weasel with a God complex. Not these assholes who want to wave every mistake any other person has made in their face. And not even the man she loved. Nothing's getting in her way. And I say we applaud all these women, even the ones we don't like, because we don't know what they've been through to get there. And so, if you're a fan, relish this moment. Let loose. If you're not a fan, show respect. Because she's been through shit we wouldn't wish on our worst enemy. That's going to do it for this episode of The Guido Goes Off. As always, I thank you folks for watching. What do you think of Paige coming back? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, you can talk to me via my social media. And of course, like this video, share it with everyone you know, even the non-Paige fans in your life. And of course, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell for notifications. So until next time, it'll probably be tomorrow. Is there something I need to do? Sorry, I'm getting to the fan poll show. I swear. Tomorrow. The fan poll show will be tomorrow. So until then, I am the Guido. I think we're done here.